Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our homebuyer presentation. In the next 10 minutes, I hope to explain to you as much as possible about the process of purchasing a home. My name is Joe Baptista. I'm the owner of AnchorFinancial. And this presentation is your first step to buying a home, to living the American dream. So welcome, congratulations on taking this step. And we're going to try to do everything we can to answer all your questions and jam in as much as we can to this presentation so that you know the steps that are necessary to purchasing a home. So a little bit about AnchorFinancial before we start. We were established in 2000, and we're both a lender and a broker, which is very important because you get the best of both worlds with us. We're licensed in all of New England, plus New York and Florida, so we can help you in any of those states. We're right here in Rhode Island is our home state. That's where our corporate headquarters is, here in lovely Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Customer service is our number one priority. We don't just say that, we live by that. My company, everybody that works for me knows that we're here to take care of the customer, number one. That is the most important thing through the entire process. And we have a A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We're certainly proud of that. And we've been registered then with them since 2000 or so, whatever it was. So first things first, right? When it comes to purchasing a home, especially for the first-time home buyers, I like to start with what you want to pay. We should take a close look at what your monthly budget is. And when we generate a payment for you, whenever we quote you a monthly payment, we're always going to consider your taxes, your insurance, mortgage insurance if necessary, and then you have some other costs too, utility bills and things. So we want to make sure you're prepared for this. And right now you kind of have the perfect storm of record low rates and increasing house values. So it's a perfect time to consider buying. So what next, right? Why are you even watching this presentation? You need to know the process. You need to get pre-approved for a mortgage. That is really your first step. And the application is the key of your entire process. Your process is going to boil down to what information is contained on that application and how we verify that application throughout the process. It is the key to a smooth process. So the basics of a mortgage, right? Let's take it down to what goes into mortgage underwriting. What are the basics here, okay? I like to call it the 3 C's. You have your capacity. Capacity is your income. What is your monthly income now? How is it structured? Do you work for a company? Are you self-employed? Do you have fixed income, Social Security? We're going to look at your income source, and we're going to look to verify it, obviously. Look at your assets. We're going to generate what's called a debt ratio. This is probably the key component to knowing what you're going to qualify for, what you're able to spend monthly on your home. Your collateral, okay, the second C, that's your down payment. How much money are you putting down? Do you have down payment money available? There are programs where you do not need a down payment. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. And then we have your credit. Okay, your credit, pretty obvious one, right? Probably the most obvious of the three. But what goes into credit? How is it structured? That's what what we're going to look at. And now, actually, let's take a look at a slide that will show you kind of the key component of what goes into your credit score. This is your FICO scoring model per se. People don't realize it's not just how you pay your bills. Obviously, a big percentage, 35% of what goes into your credit score, but it's also your credit balance in relation to your limit. So I can't stress enough, when you're ready to embark in the mortgage process, don't go to these Credit Karmas and things and try to fix your credit yourself, and God forbid any of these credit repair agencies, because I don't want to say that they're scams, but a lot of them are not going to give you the proper advice and have you pay things sometimes you don't even need to pay. So when it comes to credit repair, I'd recommend you give us a call, and we're going to walk you through the credit repair. I tell folks, kind of like fixing a car. We need to open up the hood, see what's under there, see what things need to be addressed. Sometimes stuff is old enough where we're not even going to be concerned with it. So, we're the credit professionals, we're the mortgage professionals. We're going to guide you through what needs to be repaired on your credit. But it's great to look at this little model here because, there are several components that go into your credit, a lot of new credit, applying for new credit inquiries, things like this. We're going to guide you through what you need to do and what you shouldn't do. So why should you buy, right? Why buy versus rent? It's really because, you're able to build equity. It's better than having the money in the bank. Right now, with increasing property values, it's just a great time. You make home improvements, when you have a child, you start a family, you paint rooms different colors and upgrade the kitchen, upgrade the bathroom. It's your home, you can do it, right? You pick your colors, right? It's great. And mortgage interest is going to be tax deductible for most people. There's some great first-time home buyer tax programs it's called the First Homes Tax Credit. If you happen to buy in Rhode Island, it's a great program. Hopefully some of these other states will follow suit. But this is a program where you can get up to $2,000 a year back on your taxes as a refundable credit. So for the right individual, this is a good program. Up to $45,000 for the life of the loan, which is great. And then obviously the pride of home ownership, right? You own your own home. It's a great amount of pride in that, home sweet home, right? So types of loans, right? We're going to spend a couple minutes on this. And we're going to give you an overview here, but I can't stress enough, it's really going to be for the individual scenario on which of these programs is going to be best for you. That's why it's important to work with a company like AnchorFinancial, like my company, because we have every program that's available. If it's out there, we've got it. From all of your different government programs that are available, your FHA loans, your USDA loans, your VA loans for veterans, and we love doing VA loans. We love working for the men and women that have proudly served our country, and we always give them every single possible benefit that's available to them, as we do for all our home buyers. But so we offer all those government programs, and then also the different housing programs that are available. Rhode Island Housing, Mass Housing. There's some different programs that are available that may work for you, and especially if you don't have a down payment. That's where a lot of these programs can really help you. There are also government grants, or not government grants, or sort of government grants, grants from different towns. So if you're buying in, say, Pawtucket or Providence or some different areas, or even in Connecticut and Massachusetts, we're going to help you to look at the town that you're purchasing in and see if there's any grants available through that town. It's mostly more the urban cities that that are going to present these programs, but what a great way to be able to buy a home and maybe get some free money, right? And there's also a new program that just came out. It was just rolled out the middle of May. It's called the First Down program, and that's with the Rhode Island Housing, one of our lending partners that we're very proud to do business with. And this is where if you buy a property in Cranston, East Providence, Pawtucket, Providence, Warwick, or Woonsocket, so it's limited to those 6 communities, but you can get up to $7,500 as a grant, as money that is a grant. It's not something you have to pay back as long as you live in the house for 5 years. So that's a really wild program that's available now. And it's again fresh, hot off the presses. And with my company, AnchorFinancial, we're gonna see if you are eligible for any of these programs, right? Anything that's out there, we're gonna make sure you can get it. The type of loan, that's very important, and we're going to make sure you get the right one. That's the key. And it's important to educate yourself about the process, which obviously what you're doing right now, right, while you're watching me. And you want to assemble your home team. You want to get a professional realtor. Can't stress that enough. And you as the buyer, you're not going to pay for the realtor commission. So you want to get a professional realtor to represent your interests and help you negotiate the purchase price, perhaps a closing cost credit to help you with some of the costs, even though we don't charge any processing fees or application fees and of what I call junk fees. We don't charge any of that stuff. But you're still going to have to pay some legal fees and escrow accounts and things. So we're going to go through all these things. Your first year homeowner's insurance generally has to be paid in full. So we try to get a credit from the seller to help you pay for some of that stuff. And this is why a professional realtor is going to really help you. So we'll help you find a professional realtor, or if you have one that you're working with already, great. We'll talk with them, make sure they're familiar with the type of loan program that you're going to be doing. But get pre-approved, right? You have to be pre-approved before you do any of this stuff, because you want to know what you can afford. You want to know what you should be looking for. You want to shop with confidence, right? In the housing market right now, inventories are down, so prices are going up, right? Again, like I said before, perfect storm of low rates and increasing house prices. I mean, this is when you want to buy. And sometimes you find once-in-a-lifetime deals on houses that need some work, right? Say you find the house has got great structure, it's in a great neighborhood, and I always tell people, you're better off to buy the worst house in the best neighborhood than the best house in the worst neighborhood, because you can always fix the house. You can't always fix the neighborhood, right? So you can do a loan program that you can actually get some money to fix it. We're going to talk about it in a second. But get a professional home inspector. Get a real estate attorney to review the purchase and sale agreement. We're going to have people that we work take care of that for you, or if you have a real estate attorney, you can. But you want to have this stuff reviewed. That rehab loan, right? It's called a 203K. That's a great way to go right now. Again, you can buy a house that has great structure. It's perfect in terms of location, but it just needs that outdated kitchen rehab. We can do a loan where we can get that upgraded. It's got to be done by a licensed contractor, but we can get that done for you. Next we're going to process the loan. We're going to get some bank statements. We're going to get some different things to document your income, your W-2s, pay stubs, things like that. So we're going to guide you through, send you a document checklist. It's not too bad. We try to keep the paperwork at a minimum for you. You're going to go through underwriting. They're going to verify all this stuff. That's what the mortgage process is, to verify everything that's on the application. But everybody in the process wants you to be successful. We're all here to ensure that you have a smooth process. So congratulations, right? You've made it to the end of this presentation, and now you're going to get to a closing, and that's you're going to transfer the property from the seller to you, the buyer. There's some paperwork that you sign, deeds, and again, you make sure that you have the proper professionals, the right attorney, to make sure all this stuff is done right. You're going to sign a lot of paperwork, but everything is going to be reviewed to make sure that it's accurate before you do that. And that's it. You get the keys, you move in, you celebrate, right? So I know this was a lot to kind of absorb within just a short amount of time. I mean, I could sit here and go on for hours, as you can probably tell. But I can't stress enough that in the process, you have to take the key steps to being pre-approved before you go through and start looking at houses or even call a realtor. That's where we can help you. Again, never any application fees. You can give us a call at 495-3100, area code 401, or call us toll free at 1-800-599-1367. Or you can always visit us on the web, and that's AnchorFinancial.com. So AnchorFinancial.com, and there's a great Apply Now tab. If you have 30 seconds, you can go into that short application, and it's free, secure, and that's the first step. You do that online application, and we'll be calling you back within 24 hours to tell you what you can do and how you start the process. So thank you again. We appreciate you watching this seminar, and again, reach out to us with any questions. Thank you so much, and good luck.